welcome to another episode of Real Life with Ty. My name is Taika Simones, also known as Ty. I am the founder and host of Real Life with Ty. If it's your first time here, welcome. My loyal fans, welcome back. Let's get started. I'm laughing because this week we're going to talk about some clown shit. I've seen a lot of clown shit going on, and I just want to go ahead and address it because clearly there is a lot of clown behavior, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not Halloween. This is not the time to play dress up. So let's go ahead and get into it. Kodak came out and he put a song. He put out a song singing to JT about how he want to eat her booty and just all type of wild shit, right? And now, a few days ago, Kodak goes ahead and he now is engaged to Mellow Rackz. Now, I'm not really big into the whole rapper thing, so I don't really know much about Mellow, but when I was looking into who she was, apparently she's a rapper. She's Haitian. Shout out to the Haitian girls. Shout out to Haitian people, period. And she also got his name tatted on her face. Now, one thing about it, like if I'm going to tattoo anybody's name, first of all, I would never do that. I would get a matching tattoo before I go ahead and tattoo somebody's name on me. But if I am going to go ahead and tattoo somebody's name, like out of all of the places it could be, my face would not be one of them. That's just my opinion. But my dog is in love. To each his own. I don't know how long they have been together because I thought Kodak was with a couple of girls in the past. He had a couple of girls, he had pictures of that was coming to his house, and then he was with just so many different people. So I'm just kind of trying to understand how long have Kodak and Mellow been together? Because like I'm just confused. I'm very confused in this thing, because she says she prayed for a love like this, but how? But when? Like how? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm very much confused, and it's very much clown behavior. This episode, we're going to go ahead and talk about clown behavior and things that as women we accept and we really shouldn't. But I do want to go ahead and just piggyback on last week's episode. So a lot of people are confused. I am not pregnant at this time. My baby is actually 3 months. I had a baby girl. Her name is Alani. She is very bossy, very bossy, very feisty, spoiled rotten. She just wants things to go her way. I see like a boss in her attitude already. It's really weird how you can already see those elements in them when they're just so small. But yeah, so I'm not pregnant at the moment. Thank God. We are definitely past that stage. And so I just wanted to clarify that because for some reason I feel like everybody kept saying congratulations, but I see how you guys would be confused as I did post pictures of me pregnant, but they are old pictures. So now I'm not carrying a baby, thank God. So now this episode, I'm sorry guys, is mostly for my girls. I'm going to go ahead and talk to y'all right quick because we're going to talk about just not accepting any type of clown behavior or clown shit or living in Clownsville, because that is very much a real place. Okay. I was listening to some old stuff, and you know how they have those sayings, a wife turns a house into a home. You bring a woman groceries and she makes you a meal. That goes to show, like, as women, we are very much nurturers. We're caregivers. We love to take care of people. That's just our nature. But one thing that I realized, that in the event of us taking care of people, we also sometimes put ourselves on the back burner. You start to, if you had a high standard for yourself, and some women do have that very high standard where they do not at any chance compromise. And you know what? I used to say back then that, those girls, those are considered the girls that are hard to get, but I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all, because at the end of the day, as a woman, if you have a house and you want the man that you're with to have a house, he should. If you have a car, you want the man that you're with to have a car, he should. If you have a job or you have a steady income and you want the man that you're with to have that, then he should. And you should not have to back yourself down or lower yourself or lower your standards in order to be with a man. Because at the end of the day, men men are going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. That's the moral of the story. Men are going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And as women, it's up to us to decide whether or not we are going to A, deal with the shit, or B, leave. Those are your two options. You're either going to A, deal with it, or B, you're going to leave, because it doesn't matter how much kicking, screaming, yelling, talking shit that you do, mini breakups, breaks, anything like that happen, because at the end of the day, if you're still allowing that person back into your life and you're still allowing that person a door into your life, then they are going to continue to treat you like shit. That's the bottom line. If you now cut him off, I almost said a word that I shouldn't have said. That's why I had to take a breather. But if you're going to cut him off, you got to cut him off cold turkey. I mean, no phones, no texts, no conversations, no quickies, none of that. Nothing. Because you got to let a motherfucker know not to mess with you, not to play with you, that you're not nothing to play with. So these women that are out here with the city girls behavior, I don't blame them. I do not blame them. To each his own. That's not something that I'm necessarily into. But at the end of the day, you're right. Like Suki would say, Suki from Love and Hip Hop Miami, I love Suki. Like, she is so funny to me. But she would say how, you're not supposed to go home. You finish, doing the do with a guy, and then you're going home hungry. The fuck? Why is you fucking him? That man is not feeding you, financing, or fucking you. That man's not feeding you or financing you, but you're sitting here fucking him for what? What are you getting out of the situation? And I know a lot of people think like, well, I love him, or he makes me happy. And like, the thing that people don't understand, love fades. I don't care what anybody says to you. Love fades. You have different levels of love. There's that little giddy love, that the honeymoon stage when you're just like, oh my God, everything he does or she does is just so fascinating. Everything is emojis and heart eyes, and you are just, oh my God. That's the honeymoon love. Then there's the second stage of love where you're just kind of like, okay, now I'm comfortable. Now y'all farting around each other. Now y'all sitting here spending the night. You're letting him know you're on your period. Like, you're starting to get comfortable. That's the comfortable love. That's when we are really starting to break down and get to know each other. And then there's the third love. This is the love that is the love that you're just like, all right, you guys have been together for a long time. This is one of those things where you're stagnant, you're comfortable. There's not really much going on in the relationship, but y'all been here. It's been X amount of years, 5 years and plus, and it's just you're stagnant. You're stagnant. Sometimes at that 5 years plus, women are like, okay, we've been together this long. What are we doing? Are we getting married? Are we, having a kid? If you don't have a kid, what are we doing? And then that's when the men would decide, okay, I guess we can get married, or, I'm not ready for that. And then women decide, some women stay. Like, for example, Jim Jones and Chrissy. I don't care what Chrissy say. Chrissy's sitting here talking about, oh, now she doesn't care about the wedding. She's not concerned about that. Chrissy, please. You've been with that man for like 15, 20 years. And he's willing to do everything with you, but he can't give you his last name? Kisa? What? Come again? You with this man for 15 years. Okay, you done went back and forth with him about getting married. You done proposed to him. You have done everything that you could sit here and do, right? And this man won't marry you. But, for whatever reason, you don't want to leave that relationship. For you, it's not a priority. I had heard her say that in the most updated Love and Hip Hop show when she came back from Miami. I guess she had left Jim for a few months, or I don't know how long they were broken up. And then she finally moved back to wherever they were, and they were talking, and they were talking about the wedding, and she just goes to say, I don't care about that anymore. I'm not focused about that anymore. That's a lot. You do care about it, Chrissy. You do. But Jim is just literally not moving on this, that at this time you're just rather stay stagnant and be comfortable with him because you rather be with him than be without him. That's just the bottom line. And a lot of women are in that situation, and a lot of women feel that way.
So a lot of women, would sit there and accept the bare minimum, or accept the clown behavior, accept the clown bullshit, live in Clownsville because of the simple fact that they don't necessarily want to be alone, or they just feel like, okay, I've been with this person for so many years, we have to make it work. And at the end of the day, time is a precious thing. It is. But there's nothing more precious than your peace, than your happiness, than being with somebody who cares about you, somebody who values you, somebody who respects you. Not some days, not when they feel like it, not when it's convenient for them, but every day, every moment, every second. And when I tell you that there is men out there who would do any and everything for you, and not necessarily make you feel like it's a chore or it's a demand, but do it without question. There is a man out there that will do it without question. You see how some women, you'll be in a relationship and it could be something simple. Let's say you try to do date night all the time and that man doesn't want to do date night, or if you do date night, it's kind of like he's more interested in his phone, or he just doesn't give you the same energy, or you're the one that's always planning it. Girl, when I say there's a man out there that will plan a date night for you, and you will literally come home with an outfit made already for you to wear, shoes picked out, a place to go, a time to be ready. I'm telling you, if you have kids, babysitter already set, there is a man out there that will do it. Oh, when I tell you there's a man out there that will do it, no questions asked. You won't even have to remind him. And that's the thing that women have to stop being so afraid. At the end of the day, you are the prize. You are the championship. You are the one that holds the key. Okay, that's the thing that women don't understand. Like, we are so much more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. Okay? When I tell you, if you want a man to act right, you just gotta put your cards in places. You are the prize. You are the champion. You are the one that they should be chasing after. You shouldn't be chasing after nobody. That's clown behavior. You done moved into Clownsville. I need you to pack your shit and leave. You know that song, what it says? Get that head, get that bread, then leave. Then leave. That's what you need to do. Y'all ladies, we're sitting in Clownsville thinking that shit is cute, thinking that shit is fun. Oh, well, at least he come home to me every night. Bitch, you sound stupid. You sound dumb. Okay, like just Hilarious be saying, you sound dumb. Okay? Pack your shit and leave. Okay, get out of Clownsville. Get out of that. When I tell you there's a man out there that will do for you, there's a man out there. You want to get married, there's a man out there that'll put a ring on your finger. You want to move into a house, there's a man out there that'll move you into a home. You want somebody to be a provider, a caregiver, caretaker, communicator. There's a man that'll do that and then some. There is. Stop being afraid. Stop accepting the bare minimum. Stop allowing somebody to treat you like shit and you think that that's okay, because it's not. You deserve better. You deserve more. And that's just the bottom line.
First and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys for listening to this podcast. If you are trying to figure out ways to support the podcast, what you can do is rate the podcast follow, comment, subscribe, download on any platform that you are listening to this podcast on. Tell a friend, repost it on any platform that you are listening to the podcast. Use hashtag Real Life with Ty. The more that you do that is the more ways that other people can also find the podcast and help us get out there. And as you guys know, if you have any questions, suggestions, or want to leave me any comments, feel free to DM me at Real Life with Ty. That's also my Twitter and Instagram. Or you can email me at reallifewithty@gmail.com. Holla!
You've got time.